As a photographer though, I don't think you are going to make big money anymore. If you're thinking that you will survive photography in next 5 years, not possible.
Shreyans Dungarwal is a leading fashion and advertising photographer, known for his mastery of light and ability to create striking visual stories.
His work features in top lifestyle and fashion magazines, showcases leading models, A-list celebrities, and some of the most iconic brands. And he's here to talk about the untold truths of photography industry.
There's one problem with all the photographers: sending high resolution pictures to the clients. They don't need it. Why the hell do you have to send them 25, 35, 40 MB file? It doesn't make sense.
And one another big issue right now happening here is photo rights.
The middle agency these days, they all have kids working in the agencies, right? And these kids have no bloody idea what right means.
A big client called me for a photo telling that it's just going to be for digital purpose. For a few days I'm just seeing their billboard.
That has happened with me also. Stop giving all the raw files to the client. You shot 2000 images in that photo shoot and client wants to use everything. They want to upload every single day. So now what is going to happen is client will give it to a retoucher. But somebody else is making money on my work. It is so sad that these photographers are giving away all the files to the client and client is going to pay the other person.
What is your opinion on photographers being content creators as well?
And there are so many photographer friends of mine, they are just creating content every day. They're shooting randomly, good, bad, doesn't matter. They just want to upload. It's an Instagram game and we are all just falling in this one big hell hole.
But genuinely, do these brands see your follower numbers?
See, also photography is an expensive profession. It is not a cheap profession. Very honestly, I feel all the photographers who owns a camera, they are rich people. They all are rich. Whether they are coming from a poor family, doesn't matter. If you own a camera and a lens and you are doing a photography and you're uploading picture on a regular basis, you are a very, very, very rich guy.
10 years down the line, everyone will have the best of best camera in their pocket. What if photographers are not required? Do you think that scenario
You
will
might not require a photographer.
It's always refreshing to meet someone who doesn't just take great photos, but also has something strong to say about where the industry is heading. Shreyans Dungarwal is one of those photographers who's a rare mix of authenticity and creativity. He came all the way from Mumbai, and in this episode he talks about what's really happening in the behind the scenes of fashion photography and the struggles no one is talking about. 80% of our viewers who watch our show regularly are not subscribed to it. So can I ask you a favor? If you like our show, if you like what we do here, the simple and easy way to support us is by hitting the subscribe button. And our promise to you is that we'll do everything in our power to bring such photographers to our show regularly. So enjoy the show. Hi Shreyans, welcome to Figuring Fashion Podcast.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you so much for coming all the way from Mumbai.
It really means a lot.
Yeah. So I've always adored your work because you have been using a lot of lights. Your works have been high fashion. Mm-hmm. I've always adored your work. So how did you start your journey in photography? How did you slowly transition into a fashion photographer? You were also doing weddings and events, right?
I was doing quite a lot of weddings, but I did not start with weddings. I was majorly shooting karaoke nights, concerts, all these small events. I was doing those. I loved shooting these parties. So I don't know if that happens now, but if you would go to all these clubs and you would shoot pictures of all the people out there, right? That was something which was very interesting for me. I would take a flash and then I would take a camera and I would shoot pictures of those. And then karaoke nights were very much fun. I would also sing music, sing songs with them and then click their pictures. So I made quite a lot of friends there. And from that, I transitioned into, a lot of birthday parties and this and that. Wedding happened quite late. Okay. Wedding happened, I think, after I met Joseph.
Oh, okay.
So I had met Joseph in 2012. And when I started looking at his work, I got introduced to Joseph Radhik's work and I was like, oh my God, this is doing so good. And I attended one of his talks in one of these engineering college. I don't remember the colleges. And I was like, yaar, this is very interesting. Got to do this. And that's how I got myself into wedding photography. And I did weddings for quite some time.
But then what made you take the decision that you want to completely become a fashion photographer and dive into this niche?
See, fashion, clicking people was always my thing. I also, in between, I was also working in a theatre company. From 2010 to 2012, I was also working in a theatre company. Over there, they asked me to handle the lighting bit and photography bit. And while I was doing that, I learned a lot about lighting. There was this one man called Shakir. He's one of my first mentors. So this man would actually come and he would light the stage, the auditorium, right? And he taught me a lot. He mentored me a lot on those 2 years where, what kind of a spotlight we need to add, why do we need to add this flashlight or dim light, or when do we have to dim it, when do we have to, make it Rembrandt. It was so many interesting things. He was teaching me as a auditorium lighting. But for me, it was just a thing which made me fall in love with lights. I think photography for me is more about lighting and less about clicking pictures. Of course, it is a lot about clicking pictures. There's no doubt about it. But lighting somebody is something which I really, really enjoy. When I was doing weddings and all also, it was not fun for me because everything had to be, candid, and I did not get the chance to direct it. There are times when you want... There are
It will
times when-
happen that you have to capture it.
Exactly, right? So no doubt about it. It's amazing what people, they do. All these wedding photographers, shout out to them. They are doing incredible work, right? And but I was like, yeah, I want to be able to direct this. Like I want to be able to, do this lighting in this way, and I want to make this shot like this. So during that time, when I was doing all of that, I used to also get hired by many brides. They would just ask me to come and shoot bridal portraits.
Only bridal portraits.
Only bridal portraits. And there was so many other photographers back in Hyderabad. Also, they hired me only to shoot bridal portraits. And I would charge them really high. And they would really call me and they'd be like, just shoot the bridal portraits and get done with it. You can leave. So it was interesting. I was doing that for quite some time. And when I realized that, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. I really want to, focus on fashion and focus on people and model and shape faces. Then I moved to Bombay immediately.
So a lot of people say Mumbai isn't just a city. It teaches you a lot of things.
Yeah.
Do you think Mumbai shaped you the way you are as a photographer? And what else did Mumbai teach you?
See, honestly, I don't think Bombay teaches you anything. Right?
Okay.
It is nothing like that. Like when I reached Bombay also, it wasn't like that. It's just that I did not have a greatest portfolio of all time. But then I had a great portfolio because I had worked with a lot of models
In Hyderabad.
in Hyderabad. Only. So I went to Bombay with good portfolio. It's not like I just randomly reached Bombay and then people started working with me. That's not the case, right? I was working with a lot of... There were some really great models back then in Hyderabad. And now also they are there. Asani, it's not there. But when I went to Bombay, I went with a decent portfolio. And when I connected to all the agencies, it's just that the moment I reached Bombay, I got introduced to like a bigger platform with much bigger makeup artists, much great hairstylists, with more experimental stylists. So that was the eye opener. That was something which I was like, okay, this is great. One more reason why I left Hyderabad was because Hyderabad is very laid back. They, if I'll call you today that, I would like to do a test shoot with you, they would be like, yeah, we'll plan it, let's do it, we'll think about it. Whereas in Bombay, if somebody's free, I'll leave a text, this is the model I found and she's looking incredible. Do you want to do a test shoot? Let's create something new. And people are ready next day. So that's something about Bombay, right? Bombay doesn't want to sit free. So that is what I love about Bombay. And that's what Bombay taught me, to never be free. Always keep hustling and keep rolling and keep doing something different again and again. And every day you have to try something new for sure.
So how many shoots have you done so far? It would be a lot of shoots, right?
Yeah, I've done a lot, bro. Like I don't sit idle at all. I don't like to sit idle. I chose photography for only one reason. Because I love shooting pictures, right? I love clicking pictures. I love to direct. So for me, if I'm depressed, I would like to click a picture. If I'm happy, I would like to click a picture. If I'm sad, if I'm feeling low, then also I want to click a picture. So this is a therapy for me.
Right. And you converted your apartment space into a small studio, right?
In Bombay, owning a studio is very difficult. I mean, it's very expensive. So might as well have a studio with the house and a studio all
That's
together.
where you stay.
Yeah, that's where I stay.
Right.
Yeah.
But then what is the difference that you see working in India as well as working in abroad? Because you've traveled a lot and you've worked abroad as well, no? Like, what is the difference that you see from India and, like, let's say US?
Punctuality.
Okay. Punctuality with the people more.
Being there on time and leaving the shoot on time.
Oh, okay.
That's like oh my God, when I go abroad and I work with them and I'm like, oh, holy hell, this is insane. Like, time punctuality is insane. Like, if they're 10 minutes late, they would just keep apologizing to you, right? I mean, I'm not talking about the apologies. That happens in Bombay also. They're pretty punctual. There's no doubt about it. But the punctuality is very good. And time management is great. Like, if the shoot has to get done within 5 hours, it has to be over in 5 hours. Whether more looks are left or not, that doesn't matter. We have to wrap it up in 5 hours, right? And respect towards Digitech, respect towards all the light guys. That's great. The payment is really nice. All this is really nice compared to what we do in India. We are just just making things work. We are just okay, kar denge, we'll do it. But that's not the case abroad for sure.
And we also, some people will also say yes to every request of clients. Is that true?
Yeah, that happens, yeah, and we
In
can't help it.
India, but
Yeah,
not
that happens,
necessarily in
abroad.
abroad, right?
That will not happen in abroad because every time if they're asking for something extra, they'll be like, please let me know the cost. First,
Oh, the client
they'll-
itself will
yeah,
tell
yeah.
you.
They'll be like, if we need something extra, we'll pay you the extra cost. So please let us know the cost, and then we can
it's a
let
good
you know
thing.
if we want to go ahead or not.
Right.
Even changing a music on a video would cost an extra money, right? And they would ask, will that cost me extra? So that's a doubt. And sometime when you're very good, and you'd be like, you know what, it's okay, don't worry. Yeah.
And one another big issue right now happening here is photo rights. So what do you think about that? Because see, I had one issue where a big client called me for a photo, telling that it's just going to be for digital purpose. Then after a few days, I'm just seeing their billboard on the.
That has happened with me also.
Okay, so how do you get around that? This not only happens to us; this happens to models as well. They call the models, telling that it's just going to be a digital campaign. And the models itself are surprised when they see their face on the billboard.
This happens. And you know, the problem is, till the time it was film photography, the things were much different. On a digital photography, there's one problem with all the photographers. Sending high resolution pictures to the clients, they don't need it. If you send them 2 MB file, 3 MB file is more than enough. I do not understand why the hell do you have to send them 25, 35, 40 MB file. It doesn't make sense. It is so stupid to send them those files. If it is just getting uploaded on Instagram, 1 MB file is more than enough, right? The pictures what I upload on my Instagram is literally 500 KB file. It's not more than that, right? And every time I'm asking a photographer, why are you doing this? They're like, they want to zoom it. You can't zoom on Instagram. It is not making sense.
And technically also there's one thing. When you itself compress the image, that output is going to be different on Instagram than letting Instagram itself compress
Exactly,
the image.
right? So you don't have to do that. So giving your big size files to your clients is not making sense. If they have booked you for only digital rights, if they've only booked you for digital rights, then okay, you have charged less for digital photography. Well and good. You give them only 1 MB, 2 MB, or maximum 3 MB file, which is more than enough for them to zoom, check the quality of the design. Everything is perfectly fine with that. So you don't have to worry about it that the quality is getting lost. No. So don't do that. Coming to the rights bit, you always have to ask. The problem with the right bit is the agencies. The middle agency these days, they all have kids working in the agencies, right? And these kids have no bloody idea what right means. They are so surprised when we ask them, is it a digital right or a print right? They're like, how does it even make sense? It doesn't matter, right? So they don't even know if they are supposed to ask for the rights or not. There are very few people, they actually speak it up, or there are very few people, they actually know about it, that there is something called digital right and print right. And then it involves everything. Print, magazine, newspaper, everything right? So you are supposed to charge some percentage. I would suggest that you please go meet a legal advisor, ask them how to go about it, get a contract written, and then send that to your client every time you're doing a photo shoot. They just can't put up things like that.
But do you think everyone accepts it, or you have to talk in such a way that
They will not accept
they
it.
won't accept it?
They will not accept it, bro. But
Someone who's coming up right now, if they go and talk about all these rights, they'll just go and see another photographer. Right?
Exactly. And that's the case which is going to happen no matter what. But then if you are willing to take that risk, please do it. Because in the starting, when we also started photography, nobody taught us. We got used and we fought and nothing happened, right? But over the period of time, we have realized that, we can't give them raw files. We can't give them all the high-res JPEGs.
That is
Not
another
just raw
thing. Like
files.
people are asking raw files. Send all your photos.
No, so I send them all the photos, but I'll send them only 2 MB files, which is good enough for you to see the pictures, right?
Right.
Export long edge. You have an option called export long edge on your softwares, right? Export long edge and give them maybe.
What is that? I don't know.
So in that, what happens is that you can't really zoom a lot, and the quality of the images is very low.
Okay.
Right, so there's an export
In
option
Capture
there.
One, it's-
In Capture One, in Lightroom,
Okay.
everything will have it, right? So over there the quality will be very less, and then you send those pictures to your clients. No problem. They will let them have a look. If not that, then put your watermark all over your photograph. Send them, just write a preview or put your big watermark on the photograph and send it to your client. No problem. So there are many ways to save yourself, right? And After that also, if they're asking for all the raw files, then ask them to pay you extra for that. Then you tell them that, you have to pay me extra if you want all the raw files. That means that you are going to take my property from me, right? Basically, raw file is like a property. So what happens is, this is the problem what the people, they don't understand, especially to all the photographers out there and to cinematographers also. Stop giving all the raw files to the client. Now let's say you shot for XYZ client and you did all the photo shoot for them, and then they took away the raw files. Okay, so you did your photo shoot for XYZ amount. Let's take 50,000 as an example, that you did the photo shoot for 50,000 rupees, done with it. Okay, and you shot 2,000 images in that photo shoot, in which 1,000 images is very good. And client wants to use everything. They want to upload every single day. So now what is going to happen is, client will give it to a retoucher. Now what that retoucher will do is, let's say he's charging 300 rupees per photograph. This is the cheapest deal, right? Nobody does it for 300 rupees. Mostly people will charge at least 1,000 rupees in India.
800 to 1000.
800 to 1,000?
Yeah.
Let's multiply 800 to 1,000 into 1,000 images. Who's making more money?
Retoucher.
Why? I have nothing against the retoucher. I love my retoucher, right? But I want that money to go via me. I also want to be able to make that money, right? So if that work is not coming to me, why the hell is any other retoucher is making that money? Okay, let's say you're not charging 800. Let's say you're just charging 300. Let's say you're just charging 100. No problem. But somebody else is making money on my work. It is so sad that these photographers are giving away all the files to the client, and client is going to pay the other person. They're not going to pay the photographer. But photographer did all the good ideas, conceptualized this photo shoot, let it right, put it in front of a camera, made the model pose, made everybody comfortable, ruled over that photo shoot. Just to reach a place where he is not making the money, but somebody else is making money out of him. And designer is going to sell, or any client is going to sell, they will make money, but he is not going to make money ever again on that. Whereas any project what you do for videographers or photographers, what you're supposed to do is that you're supposed to give them a deal that, okay, you want 30 pictures or 40 pictures or 100 pictures. I don't care the number, but that's up to you. You give them the number, you will retouch those images, you will give it to the client. You want more, you come back to me.
Right.
You have
Be an end-to-end solution.
Yeah, you have to be end-to-end solution, right? You have to come back to me. Same thing goes with the editing also.
Right.
You will give away the files to the client, and they will have their in-house editor setting.
That is even sadder. They can edit it in whatever way they want, and they can put how many ever
It's
reels.
sad. You don't do that. See, you are killing your business. Do you really think client will ever come back to you? They will not come back to you, because I don't think, not every client is going to spend that kind of a money. One photo shoot, at least it will cost 4 to 5 lakh rupees. That's like the cheapest deal possible for the whole video shoot. Not every client is going to have that kind of money. But if you are giving that business completely in their hands, so they can use that pictures and videos for next 2 years, and you are not getting that client back, and they're never coming back to you, because they'll always find somebody more cheaper, right? You will work with the client for 3 times or 4 times. 5th time she'll come to you and they'll tell you, can you reduce the price now, because we
It
have
will
been
never
working.
be the other way, right?
Exactly.
It will never be the other way.
Because you know that you are going to only work with that client for 3 or 4 times. In India, you'll not work with that client more than 3 to 4 times. After 4th time, you are never having that client back, because they want to work for cheaper price. And you are not willing to go down. So you have lost the client.
What are the other difference of opinions you had with clients?
I mean, see, many times, first thing what I don't like is that they will be asking, what all equipments are we getting?
Ah,
And how
that
much-
is another.
yeah, and I'm like, how does it even matter? Did I ask you which color of dhaga you are going to use, or what fabric are you going to use in an outfit? It doesn't make sense, right? I mean, it is none of your business. Okay, you want to know the costing? I'll give you end-to-end costing. Sometimes when they're asking for the costing for everything,
Breakup.
it increases. The breakdown. It increases the prices. What we were costing earlier, because usually what I like to do is I like to give a lump sum amount, right? But then when you're asking for the costing, then it'll just simply increase. So that's something which I don't understand, that you have given me a project, you have sent me a mood board, I have seen the mood board. I know what you want. This is the cost. You want to negotiate on that? Please, 100% go ahead.
Because that
negotiation-
cost will also include the pre-production work you do and the post-production work you do.
See, that's something which
That they will think, no, why is he charging for pre-production work? You can just charge for the production.
that's
time.
something which is not well respected. I think, yeah, of course, after a point when you get very big in the industry and they understand you, I get it. They'll be like, okay, fine, you can do pre-production, you can do post-production, whatever that is. But when you're starting off and when you're very new, they don't want to pay extra. Yeah? And very honestly, I feel nobody's wrong. Even the clients, just imagine, just to upload a picture on Instagram, they're investing 4-5 lakh rupees on a photo shoot or a video shoot, whatever.
Actually, as you said, nothing has right or wrong. They are doing what is right for them.
Exactly, right? Nobody is disrespecting anybody. It's just that they don't have that kind of a budget. So if it is working in your budget, you do it. If it is not working in your budget, don't do it. Now there are times when clients will give you good budgets, so you can do much better work. But then there are times when the client don't have a budget, and there's nothing what you can do about it. So you can just say no, that okay, listen, this is not going to work for me, and this is going to work for me. And that's why other guys will get opportunity that okay, I can work in this budget. But there's nothing wrong and right, very honestly.
Do you think social media has made true craftsmanship irrelevant? Like, because people see nowadays, what we used to do is we used to take immense effort in creating that one single frame or one single photo. Like, but do you think nowadays people are doing the same thing to take so much effort in creating that one particular frame? Because now people are under the pressure that they have to produce a lot of volume, not aesthetically excel in one particular frame.
To be very honest, that doesn't work out, right? Like, how many followers and likes are we looking for? End of the day, your aesthetic, your style of work is the only thing which is going to work.
Right. But that puts a pressure. Like, if you, a lot of people want to create more volume, so they're compromising on the aesthetics now. They just wants to create bunch of content.
Yeah.
Do you feel?
Because they are just creating content for Instagram to live on Instagram, right? And that's what is working for most of the people, because where else do they have to show their work? I mean, I'm not saying it's wrong or right. You do you.
There's no
If
right
it's-
answer in
There's no right answer to this, right? Like I've seen so many of my fashion photographer friends. They are creating only content. They are creating these video contents which make them look like a model and less of a photographer. But it's working out for them because they have caught their crowd. And there are so many photographer friends of mine. They are just creating content every day. They're shooting randomly, good, bad, doesn't matter. They just want to upload. I don't know if it's working out for them or not. It's an Instagram game, and we are all just falling in this one big hell hole, right? And there's nothing what we can do about it. End of the day, if you want to show some great work, please go ahead. My only suggestion would be is that to create a website which has the best of your best work, which shows the real
I feel
reality
every
of your work.
photographer should have their own website.
है ना? So that's the only thing what I ask for, because maybe on Instagram you can upload anything because that's what you want to do. But your website should talk who's Arvind, who's Shreyans. Your website should be able to just explain, oh my god, this work is looking incredible. All the wide frames, large frames, all the landscape shots, what you can't upload on Instagram, probably put them up on your website and let people know that please open your computers and have a look at my website. This is my real work here.
But do these clients go to your website or Instagram?
My clients will only go to my website.
Oh, okay.
So when they ask me about my portfolio, I'll send them my website, right?
Okay.
My website has everything. So I'll send them my website and they can have a look at my work there. Because Instagram is not going to do justice. Instagram, all you will get to see is my followers and who I recently worked with.
Whatever you recently worked with, that's
Yeah, right.
what you
So
can see.
I mean, that will not give them clear picture. But if designer is looking for a designer project, I would send them a website with that one link where all my designer work is there.
Oh, super.
If the jewelry designer wants to work with me, I'll send them.
I also do the same thing.
so
I
it's
have a
best.
section under jewelry. I'll send just that link.
So that's the easiest way to go
Right,
about
right,
it.
right.
But your website has to be really, really, really nice. So I spend a lot of time on my website. Every week I'm working on my website. I put new pictures and I remove old pictures. And I also make sure that the colors are following. So you should not feel suddenly you have a black and white image. Why? You will not feel that. When you go, it will be seamless. The colors and black and whites and the patterns, everything will just be seamless. It will be very easy for your eyes to digest that, okay, why this picture is coming next. That way.
I wish all the young photographers follow this. Like, a lot of people won't have a website.
So nobody's there to mentor them, right? They also need a mentor. Like I was never mentored like this, right? But over the period of time, we have learned our lessons that we can't just keep sending our social media, we just can't keep sending our Google Drive links to the clients. We have to create this so that it looks very professional. So they need to have mentor who can explain them, and also the expenses. It's very expensive to maintain a website now.
And we spoke about content creation, right? What is your opinion on photographers being content creators as well?
That's good, man. That's very nice. That I feel this.
I feel Aishwarya Nayak is doing a good
Oh,
thing.
she's doing incredible. I was talking to her today only.
Okay.
So we're just randomly texting, but then she's doing very good because I feel she's a hustler, right? She's hustling every day. She's doing pictures, she's creating that videos, BTS, and then she's also talking about her work. And then I think she's taking a lot of inspiration from these abroad photographers and less of our Indian photographers, because I don't see any Indian photographer doing so much. So she's working on her craft, and maybe within a few years you'll get to see her doing big brand deals. You never know.
Right. Yeah. But does content creation help you land there?
100%.
Right.
Content creation is the only way it will help you land anywhere. Because as a photographer though, I don't think you are going to make big money anymore. Those days are over. Right? Those days are over. We have enjoyed that time. But now if you think as a fashion photographer, as a photographer, except for wedding photographers, as a photographer, if you're thinking that you will survive photography in next 5 years, not possible. You have to be able to do a lot of brand deals, a lot of content creation, maybe YouTube channel, maybe podcasts like this. You have to add more so that you can make more money from the side.
I feel like whoever you are, you should also create, like if you're a doctor, you still should create content as well.
Maybe. Yeah.
That's where it has come to now. Like,
yeah, I mean, why not? I have nothing against it, right? End of the day, you never know kab tak ye chalega. You never know when this will last also, to be very honest, right? Maybe it is going good at this point of time, but within few years, you never know if this content creation will work, because now the views on every content what people are making is not that great, right? You really have to be extremely viral. Like you really have to create something so different that people, they keep watching it again and again. There was this one reel I made where I made a DIY hard disk attachment under my laptop. Okay, so basically I wanted to put a 4TB hard disk, 4TB SSD on my laptop, right? So I was fed up of removing the wire again and again. So I was like, me and my friend Yash, he was the one who designed the whole thing, and we attached this one box under my laptop, and then it's just packed and sealed and everything is looking really nice. So I just made a random video about that, and that has like 1.2 million views. So that is a very random video, and people are asking if we can buy it, and I'm like, I'm not selling it. And everybody is having their own conversation, they are making their own comments. I never reply on this. But that's the video which has 1.2 million views, whereas all my other content doesn't have that many views.
Okay. Are you upset about that or
no? It doesn't
because
matter,
you put a lot of effort for that one fashion shoot, but now you just did a DIY hard disk thing, no?
Yeah. No, it doesn't matter. No, end of the day, all what I'm looking at is if I'm getting paid for my work, if the brand deals are coming or not, if the brands are looking at my work and being like, okay, we want this guy on board. That's the only thing what matters. Whether you have likes, followers, who cares? Nobody cares.
But genuinely, like, do these brands see your follower numbers? Like,
I'm sure
let's
they
say
do.
a person with the same amount of skill but just has 2,000 followers.
Then it's very difficult.
Right.
That's it. Then it's very difficult. I feel
They need that validation, that number.
they need to have the validation, and I say this to all my assistants right now. Like I have a group, right? In that group, I have all my assistants who have assisted me over the years. I've added them all in one group, and then I keep telling them, I keep writing that now it's time that you guys work on your Instagram, work on your YouTube, work on your talking skills. Like before, if you met me 3 years, 4 years before, I would not want to be in front of a camera. That was not my thing. I would not even want to take a selfie. But the time has changed, and we have to be able to talk and make conversation and take some selfies also, put yourself out there.
The days of being an introvert photographer,
Yeah,
just
those-
creating art is gone. No?
Those days are gone. Like you see, I'm saying, you do you want to create only art 100%. If your art is great, and if you are lucky, if God is kind, you will make it. You'll 100% make it. But till the time it's not working, you have to keep doing something or the other for sure. So you can't stop. So I keep telling everybody, please work on yourself, work on your looks, work on your talking skills, work on the pronunciation, work on everything. See, I'm not saying I'm a great speaker, but at the same time, I can be in front of a camera and I can just talk to you, right? I can have a conversation. That's more than enough. So I'm just trying to tell everybody that please start working on yourself also, because I'm I'm really impressed with Aishwarya, what she's doing. I'm also impressed with Vishal Punjabi. You should see this guy talk. Oh my God, the way he talks. I would love to make conversation like that. You know, in front of a camera, he speaks so nice. So that's inspiration. And I would love that now. That's something which I'm looking forward to. Yeah.
So now, do you feel there is a demand for people who can do both video as well as photo now?
Yes. There is a lot of demand for that. If not one person, maybe he and his team or her and her team. That's very important. You should be able to do photos and videos both. Just being a photographer is not going to be enough. Or you need to have a team
Who does video as
who
well?
does videos and they are doing incredible work. So that's very important. Or you need to have a partner who's doing amazing videos. So that's very important. I
Correct,
feel.
correct. But clients who are hiring you nowadays, do they look that or look for that?
100%.
Also? Okay, okay.
They'll always at least ask that, do you have a team? If not, then probably they already have a team, then that's a separate scenario. But mostly client will always ask, that do you have somebody along to come along, or can you do the video bit also? Because that will save them a lot of time, right? It is just one point of contact and I am getting everything done and I'm taking all the responsibility. So they are also very happy that, okay, one person doing everything for me. See, also photography is an expensive profession. It is not a cheap profession.
True,
Even though you can get things for 2,000-3,000 rupees also. But you want to buy a decent memory card. You want to buy a decent camera. You want to buy a decent light. You want to have a decent laptop. You want to have a decent softwares.
But also, they should not fall into the rabbit hole of if I only have this, only I can do it.
Yeah, so that is also there. But at the same time, you also need it. Right? So it is not a cheap profession. It is not a cheap affair. It is an expensive profession. So how do you plan to sustain here is also a question, right? Like today, I need to maintain at least good Google Drive, online drives. I need to maintain all the files. So I need a very good drive. I need to back up 2 files, two places. I need to take a backup twice, right? I just can't leave the backup. And every time I'm shooting on a 50 megapixel or a 100 megapixel camera. Each image is bloody 100 MB file. So where do you put those data? You like right now we are shooting a podcast, but then you are putting this data somewhere, and that
Everything is
data is
4K.
big.
Yeah.
And you're shooting 4K, 30 FPS, and then you're shooting maybe S-Log. So you are creating a content. Where the hell are you going to put that? So right now you are a rich
Storage.
photographer, right?
Storage space is a big
Yeah.
thing,
So
actually.
the moment you are maintaining this data, that means you're a very rich guy. You're not a cheap guy, and you're very honestly, I feel all the photographers who owns a camera, they are rich people.
Right.
They all are rich. Whether they are coming from a poor family, doesn't matter. If you own a camera and a lens and you are doing a photography and you're uploading picture on a regular basis, you are a very, very, very rich guy. Simple as that.
Compared to the entire Indian population.
Exactly. You are right. 100% they are very rich people. And also in that, they are also doing a lot of free shoots, test shoots and collaboration for free. Just imagine people, they don't understand the value of a free photo shoot. But imagine a photographer doing a free photo shoot. So usme they will get you makeup artist arranged, sometimes hairstylists arranged, studio arranged, photo shoot arranged, retouching arranged, BTS arranged.
It adds up.
It adds up, bro. If you don't want to do that kind of a photo shoot, it'll at least cost you $1.5 lakh, right? It is coming for free. So photographer gets it done for you. So they are very rich.
And what do you think about mobile photography getting? Like you are a Vivo photographer, right? Like, what do you think about that? Like, do you think mobiles will completely replace cameras someday?
You never know. But mobile photography is good. I mean, I actually fell in love with it the moment I started using Vivo phones. It has 1.3 inch sensor. They already have 1.3 inch sensor, right? And it is actually very good. I did the whole campaign on this phone actually recently. We went to Kerala and we shot the whole campaign on that. It was very nice. See, I am not saying it is going to replace, but I feel all the camera brands should be worried and they should also think beyond what they can do. They have to, I don't know what you can do, but they should be a little worried, because if small piece of gear which is in your pocket can do so much, right? But again, end of the day, right now, if you say, can we shoot a big campaign, like a huge campaign for a hoarding? I would not suggest that. Like, I would still want to do like a proper camera, because there's a retouching involved, there's a quality of image involved. So everything is there.
But still, if you want to do, you can do. Like as you said, you have done.
If you still want to do it, you can 100% do it. But again, not replacing at this point of time. But yes, it is very risky. So all the camera brands should really think it through that, okay, if phones are doing this now, 10 years down the line, things are going to be very
So,
different.
okay, 10 years down the line, everyone will have the best of best camera in their pocket. Then, what if photographers are not required? Do you think that scenario
You
will
might
come?
not require a photographer.
Okay.
You
Is
might
that
not.
concerning to you?
Like, yeah, I feel that why do you get concerned? I think over the period of time you also evolve, right? Like AI is coming. Everybody was worried about it, right? But end of the day, now what happens is that as a photographer, I can give a better prompt to AI to create a good cinematic image, right? Like I know if I want a 45-degree light, if I want a backlight, if I want a smoke haze in my pictures, I want that little dim lighting, I want that red colors, I want that yellow color. I know my photos. I know how I want to create a photo. If I can write a better prompt, then I become a director to create that image, right? So it's not like it is going to replace anything. It's just that you also have to evolve with the time, right? You just can't keep saying, "Ki this will replace me and what will I do?" You have to figure out a way because people will come up with something new, right? And photography got cheap because we got into digital photography. If it was a film photography, it would have been very expensive. But since we got into digital photography, it got much cheaper. It is available to everybody. Everybody can own a camera and do something. I feel this has changed the game. There were so many people, they would not even make, their family would not even make 30,000 rupees in a month. And now their kids, they are doing photography. Maybe they are just making 3,000 rupees a day or 4,000 rupees a day. But they are making more than their parents. Right? So all these guys who's doing traditional photography or party photography, they are making good money, man, and they are making great money out of this digital photography. It just opened up a lot of opportunities for people. So in the same way, maybe phone photography will also open a lot of opportunities.
With the AI also, I've observed one thing. A normal person, ordinary person who doesn't have any photography knowledge, the level of prompting which he gives to get an output will be completely different than a photographer who knows complete lighting knowledge. Then he will know what type of.
Yes.
So you know what I will do? Like I will put down to the lenses. This I want this type of light. For example, I want brown color para light on the model. That type of light on the model. So you have to know how a para light
Exactly.
works, right?
True, very
That's
true.
when you can give that exact prompt to
Very
get
true,
that exact
very
output.
true. I think that's what most of the photographers are doing. They are making use of AI. But at the same time, I think most of the award functions are not accepting images which is created by AI. So, I mean, everybody has a spot, very honestly. I don't think anybody should be worried. Yes, 100%. Since AI is here, now you should, every time when you shoot an image, it has to be very well directed. It has to be even more extremely better. Because it should not be so simple that you should be able to create it on AI without doing extra.
I've seen some funny comments. You put a lot of work for some shoot, no? They'll comment, "What's the prompt, bro?"
Yeah, that's possible.
Under some big photographers.
Yes, they'll do it. So, I mean, it is just more challenging that you have to click much better picture now. That's about it. Much better direction, or maybe tell more stories with your pictures. Like start writing about your pictures. That's a new way to portray your work.
And in future, I feel like these award functions will have a separate category. One with AI and the other one with without any retouching.
They have already started adding. Not
Okay.
every award function, not every award company, every award this thing. But then, of course, there are few. They have already started adding that. With AI generation also, we can win an award for sure. Yes.
And also nowadays we are seeing some photographers who are charging way below the industry standards, right? That will again put down the other photographers. How do you see that?
It's very funny, but like I said, know that everybody is trying to get work, and the only reason why they are reducing it because there's no budget, and nobody has the budget. Most of the clients, they have actually
Yeah, but
after
still
COVID.
Tarun Kiwal or Tarun Vishwa, like they're getting their project, right? But I want to know how do you kind of see, I can't overnight reach there, but I want to know how to get there at least halfway there.
Bro, they have been working for last 30 years, I think. 25 years, maybe 25, 30 years they have been working. It's not that they started now. They are they are at this time on the top guys, right? I think they do one photo shoot and they make good amount of money. Right? So for everybody to reach that level also, you have to keep shooting, you have to keep working with
Time is
different
the
clients.
only answer.
Time is the only answer, right? There are so many photographers that are doing great, but you see the efforts what they have made. You see Amar, you see Joseph, or you see Rohan Shrestha, or you see this guy Rahul Jangyani. These guys have really made a lot of effort. You see Atul Kasbekar, he has been there and now he's to become a producer altogether. So all these guys have not come today. They have taken their sweet time. They have reached their place. They have really worked hard. it's not like they got lucky one night and overnight they have reached a level, right? It's not possible. Even Tarun Kiwal sir, or you see Colston Julian, these boys are incredible. They are like top notch, right? Their work is incredible. When you meet them also, you feel the zone, right? That, oh god, this guy is here to talk. So all these guys are big boys and they are doing great work. But it takes time. It's not like कि आजकल में in within 2-3 days you will get to a place, or within 2-3 years of experience you can get to a place. They have really
But
worked hard.
do you have hope that someone can starting today can get there?
Everybody
Because
can
the
get there.
time has also been changing, right?
Everybody can get there,
Right.
provided you really work hard.
And how's your experience working with some national celebrities like Tamannaah, Rashmika, Rashi Khanna?
It's good, man. It's really nice. I really liked working
With certain celebrities, for example, Rashmika and all, you worked with their even before she got famous.
Okay.
Is that true? Like,
I mean, I don't know if she was famous then or not. I mean, when I was working, I knew she was a Tollywood actor. And then she was doing this Farzi Bolke, there was a show when she was doing. So I had worked with her, then Rashi Khanna. She's a very nice woman to work with. I've only worked with her twice or thrice, and I did 3 times I did. And then 2 times I was actually also making a vlog. So while I was doing the photo shoot, I also did a vlog for her that time. Tamannaah, I really enjoy working. We haven't worked in recent time, but then I think 2 years we haven't worked. But before that, I've worked a lot with her, and she's an incredible person to work
is
with.
that because you guys are based on Hyderabad or?
Nothing like that, yeah. Like I was first time I worked with her in Hyderabad, but then later on I started working with her in Bombay. But she's based out of Bombay. She's not based out of Hyderabad. She stays in Bombay.
Right. But we can see a slow decline of you working with celebrities. Can I know why is that?
The thing with the celebrities, I love working with them, and I've loved whoever I've worked with. They have been very good to me. But what happens is after a point of time, no, you can't experiment a lot in terms of lighting, in terms of how you want them to pose. Whereas whoever I've worked with, like Tamannaah, whenever we work, you can experiment, you can do whatever, you can make them pose. Everything is great. But then there are so many times when the celebrities, even actually, the thing is the involvement of the stylist. Involvement of the team, that she will
Too
not
much
do
other
this, they will not
involvement.
do that, we need this way, we need that way. That's just irritating, right? There's this one stylist, she was so irritating. She would just want to be in all the photo shoot in my head, do this, do that, do this, and I'm like, yo, are you the photographer or me? And I don't like somebody telling me how to do my job. I mean, even the creative directors I've worked with, I always tell them, please stay away from me. You are great. You have put your
Give
thought.
me the brief. We'll
You
take
give
care
me
of it.
you give me a vision. I will put it across. Don't be on my head, because I do not like to be told how to do. Because I feel when it's a photo shoot, I am the main guy. I have to be the boss of the photo
That's
shoot.
why you hired me in the first
Yeah, not even my clients. I have to be the boss. So if you're not doing that, then the stylist is on my head. So I'm like, I don't want to work. But there are few celebrities, you work with them and they are very good to work with. So I work with few, they are very good. They respect me. They respect my time. They pay me what I ask for. And they don't, overdo it. They do this extra. So that's also there. So I like to only work with the people I have worked before, and they are very good to me.
Okay.
New
I
celebrities-
didn't know these celebrities will pay. I thought it's all collab.
No. They all pay. They all
Okay,
pay.
okay.
Sometimes they'll ask for collaboration, but then you can just say no. Like today also, when the moment I reached Chennai, I got a message, L Awards photo shoot collaboration with this celebrity. I'm like, I don't collaborate. So you can just say simply no. See, I get it, okay. What happens is a lot of celebrities, they don't have money. You have to understand that their lifestyle is big. They can't afford to pay you. When there's a production, they'll pay you. But when there's no production, they can't pay you. So everybody really,
Oh, when
feels-
there is a promotion happening for that photo shoot is happening, they will pay you.
then they'll
The
pay
production
you.
will pay, right?
No, then the production is there, they'll pay you the money, right? But when the production is not there, when they're just going for a basic award like L or Grazia or Bazaar, like I don't think they are paying them. They're just giving them awards, right? So they might not have the money. And then it's not just the photo shoot, right? It's the stylist, makeup artist, hairstylist, and the designer wear. So to get a stylist on board, it might charge them 40,000-50,000 rupees. Let's say makeup artist, hairstylist, 30,000-40,000 rupees. Then a photographer, another 30,000-40,000 rupees. So if you see the pricing, right, just to attend an event, if they have to spend 1.5-2 lakh rupees for which they are not getting paid, nobody would want to do that, right? So that is a very good opportunity for the people who wants to make a name. It's the best time for those guys to come on board and say, okay, we'll do it for free. Let me do it, right? So they will ask around whoever wants to work with that so-and-so celebrity, is the perfect time for you to create that work with them. And if you do a greatest job, you will definitely get calls, right? But if you're not doing a great job, you're just doing average photos and free photo shoot, I will not make extra effort, then I'm sorry, then nobody's going to give you a call. But you did that free photo shoot, but you took extra effort, you made it look extremely phenomenal, people will 100% call you. There's no doubt about it. But then those guys have to understand that opportunities are only these. These free photo shoot, if you can go and shine,
When opportunity comes, you have to make use of it.
make use of. I tell everybody, like, every photo shoot has to be an opportunity, whether it is a test shoot, paid shoot, collaboration shoot, any type of a photo shoot. These are the time when you can go and shine.
Because we don't know which will click when and
Exactly, right? So if you have chosen to say yes to the project, you just make it a point that you are going to do the next level work. Like, there are times when I don't take up the project because there's money also involved, but then I'm like, this face is not great and this profile is not going to work anywhere good to me.
right.
Maybe money is good, but I feel that I will waste my time going there. Sometimes it happens. The money is decent, it's not great, but then you have to fly to a different city and do that project and come back and not feel happy about it. So, right? So,
Should not do something which you are not happy
not a
about.
great opportunity. But for somebody, that money might be very important and they can go and do something really good for the profile what they have at this point of time. So, for some people, it might be the greatest. So, everybody has to choose their work.
And one another thing that I've observed is you're really good at helping the model pose. You yourself will pose and
Yeah.
show them. Like, how did you learn that actually?
See,
Because not a lot of photograph, they'll just let it happen. They'll just ask the model to pose or they'll show the mood board. You deliberately put the effort to show them, like you pose yourself and show it to
So
them.
I love direction. I really love to make my model pose the way I like it. Sometimes it is very weird also, where I'm giving them all the weirdest poses possible. But at the same time, it is very interesting for models also to actually work with me, because I come up with these most stupid, crazy ideas. I have one page on Pinterest called poses for ache, body ache.
Okay.
So I created all the body ache poses. I put up all the
What
references.
poses for aches in the sense?
Body ache.
If you
body
do that
ache.
pose, you'll get body
have
ache.
a back pain. You'll have a body pain.
Okay.
I mean, that's just a slang, right?
Right,
So
right,
it's just a name what I've given that album. And that group has lot of different type of poses, weird poses, which I find very interesting, and I want to use it for my next photo shoot. So I do that. I also think if I can pose, model should be able to pose, right? So if I'm able to pose, only then she'll be able to pose. But if I can't pose, then they can't pose. So every time when I'm doing the pose, I'm just showing them, listen, I can do it. I'm not even a guy. I'm not even a model, but I can pose. So you can 100% pose. So, but there are times when I meet some people, they are not interested. They're like, what are you saying? I can't do this. So I don't like
Are
to
they
work with those
celebrities?
people. See,
Not necessarily.
sometimes celebrities, sometimes not. But then, I mean, everybody has a profile, right? And they want to maintain that profile. It happens. And that's why I don't, get myself into it. That's why I only work with the people I know for a fact that,
They are ready to experiment.
yeah, they will actually, when they write me a message also, they'll be like, I love the way you make your models pose. I want to do this pose. Right? So that is very interesting. When they say that, then I'm like, yes, I want to work with this celebrity. But otherwise, they'll not even call me much, because very honestly, I charge. And then I charge high. I don't work in a low price. And also the thing is that I come with like 3-4 people with like full production. I'll take my full production along with me to create some pictures. And I also need extra time. I'm a guy, I would like to finish the photo shoot in 15 minutes. But at the same time, I would also sometimes want to take extra effort and time. So people who know me, they will not mind. But people who don't know me, they'll be like, yeah, can't do this. So it's better that, I work with only people who knows me and who understand my work, and then they also don't have to go through the whole process of not understanding how I work. Yeah.
I also observed one particular thing in your profile. Like you did a DIY ring light thing. That was really passionate of you. Like, was it because of inavailability of equipment, or like you wanted to experiment?
No. So this was very interesting. I don't know if you guys know this photographer called Danny Diamond. He had done this project where he created this ring light.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, this is very interesting. And that time I was just, I was also 5 years old in my photography journey, and I just wanted to experiment. And I'm a guy who's very curious about photography. I would love to create something if I don't have that thing available in my hand. So I went and I copied some ideas from him, and then I also spoke to some of my friends, who could help me. And then I got one electrician at my studio that time in Hyderabad, and I was like, just help me create this. So we sat down and we created everything out of it, and then we were clicking some great pictures with that. So I shot all my friends, and I was also during that time I was in my college, getting out of my college. So I had all these beautiful friends from this college called Francis Villa, and my college itself, St. Mary's. All these beautiful friends of mine. So I would just call them all and take their portraits, and they were happy. I was happy. It was just a good project what I was doing at that time. So, but that got old. Like within 6 months, I got bored of it for sure.
Okay. But do you think people nowadays take that amount of effect? See, even I did the same thing. Like I wanted to do a college project, but I wanted a slider, but there was no slider. So what we did was we took 2 PVC pipes and we kept the camera in the middle and we DIY slider.
Nice.
So but do you think people nowadays are as passionate as that?
They don't have to, right? It's so
easily
everything is so cheaply available.
Right.
When we were doing photography, nothing was available, or if it was available, it was very expensive. Buying a beauty edition 2010, it was costing around 10,000, 11,000 rupees, like a very basic beauty dish, right? A small size. But then by the time it was 2016 or 15, the beauty dish was available for 2,000-3,000 rupees also. And now also we have everything available for 3,000-4,000 rupees. So it's
Or you
not
can
like,
rent it out also.
or you can rent it out for 500 rupees. So it's not a big deal anymore. So they don't have to go through that.
Okay. But when you have this plethora of options, you won't experiment it, right? Like, see, you learned about lighting by doing small DIY things, and you know what is missing out in that, so that you'll hire the professional equipment. But when you have plethora of equipments in your thing, like you won't be willing to experiment.
I think it's just because we feel like that because we have reached a level where we have everything available in our hand. But there are so many guys that don't have those things available, and then they make most of it. They make the use of it, whatever they have it, right? But at the same time, the experimental bit. Now, what is experimental anymore? Like you shooting on a flash on your camera, like a on-camera flash is experimental at this point of time, which is stupid. When I started photography, if I told my mentors during that time that I'm going to shoot a picture with the camera, with a flash on my camera, they would slap me left, right, and center, right? So right now, that is the aesthetic and that is experimental. What is experimental at this point is taking a blurry shot. That is very experimental. Like they
You
love
say
it.
the same thing to this old school photographers, they'll be like,
Yeah, so there's a photographer called Lenny Emmanuel. Incredible man, okay? He is based out of Hyderabad, and his son was my very good friend. He still is my best friend. So he is a very old photographer, and he comes from a time where photography had a way and rules and regulations. He comes from film days and medium formats and large format guy, right? So if you listen to him talk, and if I spoke all this nonsense in front of him, he would really thrash me.
okay.
Right? So, but at this point of time, these things are experimental, and there's nothing wrong in that. We all are trying it. We all are dwelling into it. So this is what is experimental. So making DIY might not be experimental anymore because it's too clean, and they don't want it clean anymore. They want it flashy. They want it blurry. They want it dark. They want it dimmed. They want it that now. Yeah.
And one more thing, has this collaboration thing happened to you in Hyderabad or Mumbai? See, here in Chennai, what happens is some people call you in the name of collaboration, but they will sell their product. But you will be working for creative collaboration, free collaboration.
Yes,
Has that happened?
it was happening quite a lot, but now it is not happening anymore because now I think all the photographers have reached a place where they are like, okay,
Oh, in Mumbai.
we don't want to get fooled anymore. Yeah,
Okay.
that doesn't happen anymore. But also the thing is, you also have to understand it's also a great opportunity for a lot of newcomers to collaborate and show their talent, right? So there's always two stories to it, right? One story that you are getting used, you're getting exploited every single time. But at the same time, there are people, they want to show their work, but then they don't have a model, makeup artist, designer. So they would like to do a collaboration, but then you should
But
also
not
know.
for a brand who's trying to sell their product. Right? They'll use you for free, but they are selling they're selling their product outside.
So, I mean, that's what I'm trying to say, that it is good for those people who just who's just coming out. End of the day, you also started someday, and then nobody was trusting you also. And then one day somebody collaborated with you, they trusted you, and then you did one collaboration, and then that gave you one push, right? Same thing goes with the new guys also, right? It's the same thing that they have to collaborate to get there. But
Does that affect the other photographers as well?
it doesn't matter. We have done the same thing. There'll be newcomers, there'll be young guys, they will also have to come and they also have to reach a level, right? That's why I said no, that you also have to be a content creator. For how long do you think client is going to pay you amount? Because after a point when you increase your prices, you'll keep increasing prices, right? Every year you'll increase some 10%, 15%. After a point, you cannot be hired every time. After a point, maybe in a year, twice or thrice you'll get hired because you're charging so much.
Then they'll hire the next guy who's upcoming.
They'll hire the guy who's cheap, who's reasonably priced, who's coming in their budget. So it's
Gone
simple.
are the days they are hiring you just for the aesthetics.
Bro, anybody can shoot an aesthetic. This is the best time to be a photographer. You are in an era where a phone can click a greatest picture of all time. So let's not get there that I did not have a better camera, I do not have a good lens or good light. That is all nonsense, right? Everybody can click a great picture. It is just my vision. How I see your product, that is the only thing which will change. Other than that, you give them a reference, they'll reach there. They will not do 100% justice, but then they'll do like 60% justice for very cheap price. Yeah, so you have to deal with it. That's about it. Yeah.
We'll come to film photography. So, what made you go to film photography?
The whole process of firstly not seeing how it is getting shot. Firstly, exposing with the light meter, and then taking a picture and then talking to the model because we only have 12 or 14 or 16 pictures on a camera. So being very careful with how you're shooting and you're not taking random shots, taking the whole film pictures and then going back home, developing it, waiting for it to dry, cutting it, and then scanning one by one, and then after scanning, editing it on Photoshop to get the right exposure and the right color of that film, and then posting it online. So it was a long process and that felt like therapeutic. It was so therapeutic. I was like, holy hell, this is insane. So that's when I fell in love with it and I kept shooting. After that though, like I shot every photo shoot film. Now,
Every photo shoot you'll also shoot in.
yeah, I would do that because I was really enjoying it. So I was randomly shooting everything and anything. And I've got like a lot of beautiful pictures on film. But now in recently, like last 6-7 months, I've stopped shooting a lot on film because now the film has gotten very expensive. And I'm also creating content on the phone and on camera. And then we are doing videos. So I'm like, okay, this is one extra need. I can do it, but now it's not important anymore for me to prove a point. That's all.
So, we have this segment in our podcast where we ask questions from our previous guest.
Okay.
So, we have a wedding planner. Her name is Reema. So, she has asked this question where, do you think your career has an age limit?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah, we do. 100%.
Can you give a question for our upcoming guest? Something.
Okay.
So, thank you, Shreyans. Thank you for coming to our show.
Thank you so much
It's
for
been
having
really
me.
a
Really
wonderful
amazing.
episode. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. And honestly, that was one of the amazing conversation I had in recent times. So thank you for tuning in. We go to great lengths to bring such inspiring guests to our show. So make sure to subscribe and help us keep this story coming your way. See you.